I want to build something
important,
iconic.
Congratulations on the show. I love it so much.
Thank you.
I think one of my favorite things is, you know, it has this gradual kind of tonal shift from like this grounded tech street level story to this mystical kind of horror. And I'm curious what excited you all most about the sandbox that you could play in, and just kind of what you were most excited to bring to this story that's a little different.
Actually, you asking that question is the first time I realized this, but the order was to give like a 20-something college age level approach to the show. And when you talked about it going from grounded to magical, that's what my 20s felt like. We went from like very structured, very known decisions to the world was at my fingertips. And so I think Sam and Angela did a really good job of capturing that tone from like the moment she leaves MIT to the moment she makes that deal. I feel like it's all of those emotions. It's
Absolutely.
all the 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me, it's more about the character in terms of seeing somebody who looks like me, seeing someone who I can identify with, and that's front and center in the MCU. But also just showing all aspects of her, that she's not all good, she's not all bad. You know, black people are not a monolith. Being able to see the different kinds of black and brown people that we have, that I see, in my friend group, and having just showing the world that I see reflected in a TV show that I'm seeing. To me, that was what I was excited to see.
I was really excited to make a show about young adults. Look, I mean, these young people coming up now, they're gonna have to save us, I think. You know, in a lot of ways, and it's so rare to get an opportunity to make something that's for them. You know, and I remember being young. One of my favorite things to do, because I didn't have. I had a TV in my room, but it didn't have cable. I used to play around with the antenna. I could get, I guess it would be considered the CW now, but I used to watch Smallville.
Yeah.
And I loved watching that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I felt like it was a show where the creators like were taking being young serious. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't done in a dismissive way. And I think that's what our filmmakers have done in this show. You know, like you know, obviously we adults, but they had a stake in these characters and identify with them and you know, I think are in touch with that version of themselves. That this show they would have benefited from this show existing when they were at that age and at that point where decisions mean so much. You know. So I actually love that. Like I love the idea of making a show about somebody who's college age.
Yeah.
You know, and has been through some things and is going back home to confront some of the things in the community that made them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a great answer. I'm going to shift to my spoiler question really quick because we have, at the MCU fandom, have been clowns about the Mephisto for so many years. Thinking we're getting it. And honestly, I think one of my favorite things in this show is that you guys kind of clowned with us a little bit throughout the show, of me being like, no, we're not getting it. But what did it mean to you to debut this character that we have genuinely been like, this is never happening, we need to shut up? In pop terms, it was Taylor Swift dropping Rep TV.
I wasn't ready for that. That's a great analogy. I hope fans like it. That's everything I feel about it. Because the fans have won it for so long, have asked on every avenue. Anytime anyone's like, your show would be tight if this happened, I've had to keep a tight lip. So I really hope that fans like it, and I hope that Mephisto lives long and prosperously in the MCU, because Sacha's done such a great job with the character.
Yeah, and I think we got really, just in terms of knowing how important it was to the fan base, it's like we knew we had to get it right. We had to get the casting right. We had to make sure that the right person was going to be in this, because if, you know, whatever happens after this, it's going to be that actor. And the first actor that I could think of that would be the perfect fit for this, just in terms of being snarky but also a little scary, was Sacha Baron Cohen, who is like the most delightful, lovely man you've ever met. But like he just worked so hard, and he was so funny. But he's still just him and his partner Peter, just in terms of trying to make sure that the character was right and that the way that we played him was right. And it just was a pleasure. So for me, I feel excited that I think we stuck the landing on it. So I'm very excited to see what the rest of the fan base thinks.
Absolutely. That effing spoon shot, by the way.
Thank you. It's my favorite.
It's my favorite. It was so good.
So you in or out?